It's later, maybe about an hour, playing in the mud. But we got that piece of pipe through.
Just untangling many feet of wire. No big deal.
Oh. So what we're doing here is we are digging underneath our stem wall, so that way we can move our main water line in to prep for doing the rest of our plumbing work. We're working real hard on this project, but our GC is working a little harder. He's out there measuring his shovel to make sure it'll shovel. And now he's using that shovel because it measured right. So we'll be joining later, but it's fun to watch for now until we're doing the same thing.
All the hard work he has done by himself. First ditch dug. This is for our sewer. So it's going to our toilet, and it's also, you can't tell from this angle, but it's sloped. So it's starting at 15 inches deep, going all the way down to 19. And this is obviously to help things flow through it. And then we will be putting a hole in the foundation to be able to move it out here and all the way over there.
So right here, Milani and the GC, they're trying to figure out where to bust through. Are we going to be underneath the gas line? And what's the best way that we can approach this going forward? Found it already? No.
Just want to say I'm digging a trench over here. Meanwhile, Wayne is on the freaking tractor. So he can't claim that he's working harder than me. Just saying.
This is where the fun begins, because we went ahead and called to schedule for our subfoundation plumbing inspection. And now we've got a hard timeline, and that's going to definitely drive some later decisions. Higher.
There?
Roll over.
You're a brat.
Wait, not there. Just kidding.
All right, so now we did our pressure test. So what that is filling up the plumbing with water to put pressure on the system, find out if we have any leaks or any weak spots. And we do this before the inspector comes. So after we did that, we let it sit, found out there was nothing. We're putting our caps on, which actually are a part of the inspection, because we're feeling good at this point for the actual plumbing system. Now all we have left to do is getting our main water line through the stem wall, which proved to be difficult. Oh.
Oh, sparks.
Super fun.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much we're out here trying to get this hole to go all the way through that we've hit really hard.
Is there any daylight even over there? Nope.
Nope. We've broken through. There's now a hole from this side to the other side. Only taken like 5 hours.
Well, it's later, maybe about an hour, playing in the mud. But we got that piece of pipe through. And I couldn't be happier. With it being so late, we were digging with a pressure washer to keep the sound down, just to not have our neighbors be mad at us.
Thank you.
All right, you're through. Nice. Go ahead. Give her a push. All right, you're good.
Section number 3. So for this, we are doing all of our plumbing. I will tell you guys what it was actually called, the inspection type. But just for you to know, for our rules, we had to be 36 inches down underneath the foundation for our water supply so that it doesn't freeze.
So now we've covered up that main water line. The rest of the plumbing, we're happy with the slope that we have on it. We're ready for our concrete contractor to come in and prepare the rest of the foundation for the pour. As you can see, we've got the perfect weather for working outside, let alone being in an elevated position with nothing to protect you from the elements. But this is the fun part. So we had to go get a little mini excavator so that we could begin to dig out our water line from the build all the way to the front of the house. We were all really excited about this. This is when some meaningful change was getting ready to begin, not to mention the fun of getting to learn how to operate and use a tractor. Alrighty, also so far this morning we have located our internet line. So that's what we were digging up earlier, because obviously we don't want the tractor to dig that up and then we won't have internet. So now what we're doing is we are giving myself kind of like a guideline for digging the main water line out to the front of the house. So basically what we've done is we've tied a string here from the front up to basically the stem wall. And now we're just gonna dig this out, have some fun on a tractor. So I hope it's as fun as it is for you to watch it as it is for me to do it. Here you're gonna see Milani and I separately digging. We're trying to find our gas line to just be 1000% positive that we're not gonna touch it. So we're doing some hand digging and alternating while the other person is having fun while in the tractor. So this water line was having to go from our build, which is all the way in the back there, all the way to out almost at the street. So we're having to take this, I think in total it was 160 feet of digging that we had to make sure was 36 inches deep to be below our local frost line. So we were using this tractor a good bit, and we all had a very good time on it. So there's lots of tractor footage, and we've kind of just given you what we think is a little bit of the better pieces of footage here. So figured catch you guys up on everything yesterday. Made good progress, but our day came to a screeching halt.
Stop the car! Stop the car!
The tractor that we rented, once we got right to the gate, a little bit past it, it started just screaming that it was overheating. So we called the rental company, had a tech come out. So made a couple more phone calls. Ultimately, the company decided to down the tractor. The silver lining to that is they are going to comp our rental, so we're not going to have to come out of pocket for it, which is nice.
but got maybe a quarter of what we wanted to accomplish yesterday done. So basically all we did yesterday, we dug our main water line trench, which is about 36 inches, or it is 36 inches. We started laying the actual pipe in it. And we began the trench for where our sewer line is going to go, but since the tractor got down, we weren't able to complete it. So this morning, we're going to buy all of the necessary pieces for running the electrical and also the rest of the plumbing for the sewer side. We're going to give the tractor another go today. If it starts to scream at us while we're at Home Depot this morning, we're going to see if they have another mini excavator that we can rent. So that's the plan. Get what we need, start the day.
Day 2 of digging. I did that while Wayne was doing the easy job again. Let's go see what he's doing. Easy job.
All right, at this point, we are getting ready to finally connect the water. So we got the GC here. We're making some measurements, trying to make sure we don't cut off too much. We are going to be utilizing a shark bite fitting here. So that way, basically, we can just push that bad boy in and we're good. We don't have to worry about copper fittings or anything of that nature. So we got a shark bite T here that we're fitting. We're making sure that we're cleaning our burrs so that way we have a nice, good, clean connection. And from here, what you're going to see us do is grab our main water line and we're going to connect it. From there, we're going to get ready to test and hopefully we'll have water going back to the build.
Hold it. Try that.
Take 2.
Hey, there we go.
Hey, look at that.
Just didn't quite have her in far enough.
That's what she said. That's what she said.
So as you can see, we got our water line connected. Now we needed to start working on the sewer line from the build connecting to our main sewer line that was already existing. So we're burying up the front water line all the way to our gate, a little bit past it, so that we can actually get the tractor to our backyard safely so that we can utilize it to dig that next trench. So that's what we're doing here. We're filling this up. We recorded ourselves to show the depth for where we're burying it, just in case our inspector wanted to see. But at this point, we didn't really think there was any other way for us to continue without burying this and hoping that he was okay with the video. So that's what we're doing here, so that way we can continue with the progress and trying to get our sewer line done.
Alrighty, y'all. Get y'all caught up. So we just filled the driveway in the front yard back with the dirt. So now what we got Milani. She is running just a dry conduit for the city to come out here, relocate our electric or main power line. And at the same time, not sure if you can see it, but we got these guys here. That's going to be our power source for the actual ADU. So that's what Ron and Lynette are doing. Once they fill up or get one more pipe attached down here, we're going to fill that. I'm going to bring the new tractor through because the other one broke down, and we're going to start to dig our sewer line. That one's not going to have to be nearly as deep, so we're hoping to be able to knock that one out quickly, connect our sewer, get it inspected tomorrow. We've already called in for an inspection, so if we don't get it done, worst thing that happens is we fail our sewer and fail our water, but moderate solution is we fail our sewer past our water. So that's what we're doing right now.
Just untangling many feet of wire. No big deal. So what we're gonna do is we lay this wire out. Then we have this conduit. And then as we're attaching the conduit, we are going to put the wire in to make it easier so we don't have to feed it through as we go, or feed it through afterwards. It'd be nice to have something too now, huh? Ew, oh no. I just got it all over me.
I owe you guys an apology. So it was at this point, after Lynette, Milani, Ron, I really wasn't even involved in this part too much, which is what makes it even worse. Realize that we bought the wrong size conduit. What we were trying to do is our main power line ran from all the way behind the build all the way to our house. And over that entire run is, I think, over 120, 130 feet. It had a really big sag in it. With the height of the build, that power line was going to be about 6 inches from the roof, which was not code compliant. So what we were going to do to free up as much airspace as we could is bury that main power line at the main pole all the way to the house. So that's what this conduit was supposed to be meant for. All we had to do was lay it, and the power company was going to pull the wire through and connect it to the house. So after Milani, Ron, Lynette glued, put everything together, we had the APS team come out, and he said, everything looks great, except you bought the wrong size conduit. My heart absolutely sank. We bought so much material. I mean, again, it's running about 120 feet. And I'm just sitting there, holy cow. Ron, the GC, comes over. And he was very nice about it, but the face of disappointment was very strong. So, shortly after that, and many feelings of guilt and just letting everyone down, our actual inspector came out to look at our work from the build sub panel to our main house, or to our house's main panel. And we were informed we needed an additional wire to be up to code. This happened within like an hour of the two inspections. And we realized we could now use the wasted conduit to rerun that wire from our house to the build and salvage a rather costly mistake. So at this point, we decided we're going to do above ground, like main power, which is now a problem that we don't have solved. But in the meantime, we had a solution for running that extra wire we needed to. So we cut the wrong conduit at the beginning of the stem wall, re-ran it over to our build sub panel, and we were able to salvage those efforts. All I had to do really was double check my notes that said get 2.5-inch conduit instead of 1.5-inch conduit. So Lynette, Milani, Ron, I'm sorry. There's going to be more mistakes, just so you know.
Now that we have not really recovered, but we're moving on from my mistake, we had our inspector come out. Everything looked good on the water line side. So now we're basically just filling in the hole so that we can get our concrete poured the next day. So after our inspector said, hey, things look good, we called our contractor. He said, awesome. I already had an order ready for us to go tomorrow. So if you can get us able to get in the backyard, we'll come in and we'll get the pour going. So that's what we're doing here. Still utilizing this tractor to save us some work. We're just backfilling this hole So that way the concrete truck can come in the next day and they can get to doing their part, which is pouring the concrete, getting it level, and we're getting really close to having our actual foundation at this point done. Now that we are getting ready to dig our sewer line, we've got this clothes hanger here that was installed by someone that never wanted it to disappear, but we had to get rid of it. So that's what we're doing now. We're finally getting rid of it.
Oh, we have to cut that.
All right, so now that we've got the world's strongest clothesliner out of the way, we got the tractor positioned, and now we're going to start digging the trench for the main sewer line connect. So this first position here, very nerve-wracking, super tight between our fence and our deck and our gazebo. And if you've worked with one of these tractors before, when the hydraulics moves, it moves. So I was trying my best to be very careful and to not damage anything that we didn't want to, which was just the dirt. We just wanted to move it. So a little bit of holding our breath here, but we got it done. So from here, we were going to dig basically from this position all the way back to the build so that we could throw down our main sewer pipe.
Welcome, Melania Wayne YouTubers. So yeah, what we did, we ran the sewer line for your casita. So all your black pipe is your sewer line, and then we have our freshwater lines coming for the freshwater. And we dug it all out to a particular slope, so we have enough slope for drainage. We wanted to have enough slope for the black water from your toilet, but we didn't want too much slope.
Because too much slope
causes the water to get out of the pipes before the sewer does. So it leaves the garbage in the pipe, and it'll dry and it'll clog your pipe. So you kind of want your water to float the sewer down to the drain. That sloped at 1/4 inch per foot, so that we can go from here at 113 feet that direction. Our drain, which is a 2-inch pipe, which has to have a minimum of 1/4 inch fall, minimum. So we got to have a minimum 1/4 inch, so we have that draining into our black pipe, and then we have our washing machine over here, which will drain into our black pipe. This will also be a vent. Goes out through the roof, and we'll also have this will be a vent.
Oh, it's just on top.
This will also be a vent going through the roof as well. We have our fresh, our hot water, our cold water that'll run over here to our kitchen sink and our lavatory, our toilet, and our shower.
Okay.
And this will run, this is our main water line coming from the street. Go to our hot water heater, and also will tie into our cold water. And we have hot water here, which hot water will tie into our hot water for this side, and it'll tie into our washer and dryer here. And we should be all set.
Alrighty, y'all. Thought we'd provide an update here. So, guys have come out. We are getting ready today for our concrete pour. So over here you can kind of see, this is going to be our little front patio here. Here we've got, they went through and they sealed kind of the top layer of the block. They've filled the block with concrete, which this they call grout. And then they've installed our J-hooks, which this is what is going to anchor the frame and the bottom board, which is called a sill, to the foundation. And then laid in our structural rebar, plastic on top, and then that pink that you see there, that is insulation foam. We've got that all installed, and today they're pouring the 4-inch slab on top. Overall process, days of work, has been, I think, about 6 days of work. So yeah, we've been moving quickly. Inspector's been happy, really impressed with the pace as well. So yeah, we're about to have a solid pickleball court back here.
All right, last step of the foundation. Concrete has been poured. No more ditches in the yard. Looks like a completely different spot, except for the sewer. We still have to do that. Here it is.
Alrighty, y'all, so today we are finally covering up our main sewer line. What we're doing, you can kind of see it off there in the background. There's a little yellow tracer wire, so that way, if not us, people in the future, they can locate the sewer line. Got that inspection approved. It's important both inside the ADU and outside of it is getting your slope correct. It's needed to be at a max 1/4 of an inch and at least 1/8 of an inch. So the whole way that we laid this, we're going down, throwing dirt underneath it or taking dirt out on a 4-foot level, making sure that we're holding that slope. Now it's just bury the wire, bury the line, and get half of our backyard back.
This thing is leaking like no other.
What is?
The espresso machine.
Love it.